inside Grovetown High School Gymnasium. Joe Hillsman, Marcus Burnett, glad that you're with us in our SUV-TV courtside seats. The AugBBall Region Race Game of the Week, Grovetown and Evans. Marcus, let's quickly get right into our keys to the game, or we are just a few moments away from tip-off. Turnovers are so important.
Most definitely, and Grovetown does a great job, almost as well as anybody in the 6A classification, of turning teams over. You saw that in the region race matchup featured on SUV-TV against Heritage. How do the Evans Knights withstand that pressure?
Can Grovetown contain Chambers? That's the $1,000 question, because he's over 1,000 points scoring. He had 23 points in the previous victory, including the game-winning free throws in the first game. They can't allow him to get off like that again. And thirdly, can Evans offset the Warriors' depth?
Like a lot of region play, there really are no surprises. The teams know each other. When it comes to these two teams, everybody knows Chambers is the go-to guy. The Warriors have many more options to work with. Can Evans offset the depth of the Warriors?
Evans coming in at 14-5. They are the road team, and here are their starters. Number 2, Brazen James, a 6'1 sophomore. Number 3, Daniel Simpson, a 6'4 senior. Number 5, Johnston Mincy, a 5'10 junior. Number 12, Christian Chambers, a 6'2 senior. And number 22, Chavez Traits, a senior, 6'4. James, Simpson, Mincy, Chambers, and Trask. For the Evans Knight, head coach Kevin Kinney. For the Grovetown Warriors and their head coach Darren Douglas, it'll be number 1, Irvin Johnson. Number 2, Zy Wright. Number 4, Julius Brown. And number 5, Zach Bell. And number 10, Darius Dunn. Johnson, Wright, Brown, Bell, and Dunn. For the Grovetown Warriors, who are coming in at 17-3, Marcus. Last year, overall, they were 3-21. Coach Douglas, in his first year, has done what he does, and that's collect wins.
Most definitely. Whether you know him as Coach Douglas, formerly of Aquinas, whether you know the current coach here at Grovetown, his reputation precedes him. And Coach Kinney, on the other side, at the end of the day, man, these Augusta foes are very familiar with each other, so we got a great atmosphere here, Hillsman.
Region 3, 6A is what you are in at the moment, the Class 6A classification in Georgia, though. It might be 12 teams that want to win it. I don't think they scheduled tough enough as a class. But I know the schedule has this in here shoulder to shoulder. I'm going to make me some new friends out in Grovetown, Georgia tonight.
You have no choice here in this atmosphere.
Grovetown, all in white tops, white bottoms. They've got red numbers and a little navy trim, and they got that Warrior star on the front of their chest. Evans, all in black tops, black bottoms. They've got black numbers, but they're trimmed in gold. We are underway. Wright wins the tip and tips it back. And here is Julius Brown. Grovetown moving right to left as you view it through our SUV-TV lenses. A quick, get that shot out of here. Sent away immediately. Christian Chambers with the beatdown block.
Evans saying, hey, note the defense we're looking to play tonight as well. Chambers known as an offensive threat. The denial.
Setting the tone early in the Zy Wright. Wright has been a major contributor for Grovetown this season. Evans crowd stomping on the bleachers across the way, wanting defense. Inside, lost it underneath. It's on the floor, and they come away with it. Evans out letting Trash. Gets it up ahead. Here's James. James on the attack, and he was fouled. Foul on Irvin Johnson, his first team first, and going to the free throw line will be Brazen James.
Hate to go back to that last possession, though, with the Trask on the block, not Chambers. He was the key to the game, but cannot take away the denial by Trask there on that opening play.
Great check there by the senior 6'4". Either way, I think they need to check the air out of the ball. And that sets the tone. Nothing's coming in here early.
Without question.
First free throw good, and it cracks the seal for Brazen James. He will get one more. Evans won the first meeting 61-59, as we alluded to in the open. That was at Evans. This is at Grovetown. All kind of parking barriers outside, but they got everyone inside. In the corner now. Picked up the dribble, cross-court pass, dangerous, but it's recovered by Brown. Brown gives it back to Johnson, and they'll set it up. No shot clock in the contest tonight. There's a drive up to the hoop, protecting the rim. They set the tone earlier with that we just mentioned. There's a foul call, but good attack there to the basket.
And one of the things early on, a lot of times some teams get looser and are more aggressive than others. Like you said, both teams setting the tone. We're going to look to get to the free throw line or either finish at the rim. And it looks like you're going to have to go with the former option tonight. Nobody giving up anything easy.
No easy layups, nothing in the paint. Simpson was hit with the foul. First free throw from Julius Brown is good. So the first 3 points of the game have came from the 14-foot, 15-foot mark. Free throw good. Even ball game, 2-all. 7-10 and counting, early moments, first quarter. Mincy, the junior, brings it across now to Simpson. Simpson on the back door, underneath to James. He couldn't get it. Zai Wright rips it down and protects it, and now outletting it. Here comes Bell. Bell quickly over to Brown. Brown dribbles to the foul line. Nothing was there. So they'll kick it back out and operate it with Darius Dunn. The place has been electric all night. And when the two teams ran on for pregame warm-ups, the place almost exploded. Brown, 13-footer. No. Right tip, yes. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunity for Zai Wright.
Zai Wright, physicality and motor of a youngster. Old school, old head game.
2 boards already for him. Here comes Evans working back. A minute and a half and some change gone by. Good closeout defensively. Here's James. Worked on defensively by Bell. Bell harassing him. He's got a count on him. He got rid of it. Cross-court pass into the corner. Set fire. 3. No. Rebound. Fought for. Looked like the rim got in the way and Trask couldn't pull it down. Up ahead, Brown. Stops. Weaves through traffic. Now spins it. Good ball movement. Open 3. Johnson in and out. Trask on the glass. Long 3 was no good, and Grovetown runs this way. Brown, nice find, count it, and the foul to Johnson. Oh, I see you, Julius Brown, seeking and finding, and one.
You mentioned those keys to the game. Both teams are playing well defensively, but again, Grovetown has more on-paper pieces that have proven themselves early on, and you're seeing it here on this play. Case in point.
You talked about tempo, and that goes into transition. That wasn't a fast break, but as one of our good friends, Coach Hemme, likes to always mention, the secondary break. Well, and they get an and one out of that. Johnson completes the 3-point play, pushes the lead to 5. Largest lead now. And Amari Tillman will come in off of the bench for Grovetown.
And again, we mentioned the weapons that Grovetown has. Evans, not as many proven weapons, but again, no stage better than the present to be able to take advantage of.
Have you seen Christian Chambers? Around the screen, they spin it. James put it on the floor, got to the mid-post, float good. Brazen James, his first field goal. Quickly back this way. Brown and Bell play pitch and catch. Wright gives him a screen. Spins it over to Tillman. He pulls a 3 on the way. Hill of the rim, no. Rebound brought in by Trask, stolen by Wright. But then Trask got it back. They've got the push. Here comes Chambers. There he is. He's in the game. In the corner. Open. 3. No. Rebound. Wright. Zai Wright manning the boards right now. His third board. Quickly up ahead. Bell spins it to Tillman. Tillman, nothing there. Back out to Brown. Grovetown, I like right now, Marcus, playing quick, but not in a hurry. Yeah. Jumper. Right. Good. Zai Wright.
Coach Douglas, coach teams are always methodical, even-keeled teams. They try to force you to make mistakes versus making them themselves.
Controlled tempo. Ball goes away into the backcourt. Tillman is ready. Look at him. I might say he's hunkering down on defense. Spins it over. There's a drive. Here comes Mincy. Mincy took contact. Left hand front iron. No. Board swallowed up. Good board by Jay Grant, who's into the contest for the first time. Wright has it. Now back to Brown. He walked with the basketball.
You know, one of the things I'm noticing, Joel, no intel, but Chambers is moving a little gingerly. And when I saw him sort of running at the half-court line, I noticed that before the game, but I thought it was just him being deliberate in his stretch and his warm-ups. But if you notice, he's laboring a little bit, and I'm not sure what the cause is, but keep an eye on that.
It's something on the left side. I did not catch that. Wonderful job. I see it now. And when you're doing that in red shoes, it's even noticeable. Jumper, Trask, shoulder range. Trask with his first field goal. 9-6, halfway gone here in this first half and first quarter. Right wing Brown, chased by Mincy to right, being patient. Swing it to Bell. 3 on the way. Right on down the milk crate. A 3 from Zach Bell.
You know, many know Bell for what he did on the watch your head moments, but he's an all-around player.
Watch your head. Look at that. He went high and stole the pass. They weren't able to recover, though. Up. No, they fight. Rebound comes down. There's a jumper. Mincy, short corner good. Justin Mincy.
Like Evans' energy. Like how they responded. They say, hey, don't forget we won the first matchup.
If the first matchup is anything like this one, well, he'll be all night getting out of here. Here's Bell. He brings it back out, spins it in the corner. Tillman was open, but now they hit him with a traveling violation from the center official.
And I feel like this can be the type of game where you have so many ebbs and flows that naturally come over the course of a contest. But here early on, we saw Grovetown get off to a slightly better start after both teams came out with intense defense. Now we're seeing Evans respond a little bit.
I like how you bring that together. We know basketball is a game of runs, but they're even vital in these type of environments. There's Chambers. Chambers puts it on the floor. Worked on by Johnson, really in his stuff. Tries to drive, gives it up. Mincy, top side 3. Heel of the rim. No. Rebound, ripped off. Good board by King. King turns up and he's fouled. They don't call it. It's out of bounds. They'll retain possession.
King's going to be needed here in this contest. He's not a player that forces much. You see Trask and others getting involved, but he's going to be needed.
2.5 to go. Chambers to his spot. Took contact, fell down and scored. Christian Chambers, his first field goal. He worked hard to get it, though.
I believe Frank Lucas said it on American Gangster. Good enough on a bad day. A little hobbled, still able to knock it down and miss the contact.
Oh, look at the big boy move. They're going to call a jump ball or a foul. Jump ball. Good call by the official. Good defensive effort as well. Possession to Evans.
Early on, they've done a good job of officiating this, letting, they understand this capacity crowd isn't here to see them. They stayed out of the way so far, knock on wood.
Yeah, you better, because you just put that in the atmosphere. Here's King. King comes off of that Evans bench, gives him a punch. Also in is Jay Stevens, 25. Chambers pulls a 3, heel of the rim, no board to Tillman. Under 2 minutes, first quarter. Tillman surveys, now gives it to Gant. This Grovetown team, we talked about the depth. You can see it right now. And they have one of the things that is very valuable, length. 12-10 ball game. Johnson has it. They're being patient. Zone defense now from Evans. Do they want to test Grovetown's shooting ability? Tillman says, I got you. Zone buster, 3 ball. Amari Tillman.
Good patience being shown there by Grovetown.
15-10. So there's a topside 3 from King. No, it touched the tape and out of bounds. Here comes a bevy of substitutions now for Evans. Where Avery, 6'4" senior, checks in. Darius Dunn is back in along with Zach Bell and Brown. So it'll be Wright, Bell, Brown, and Johnson. That's an all-name team right there for you. And Wright. A minute to go. Johnson to Wright. Wright to Brown. Not forcing anything at the moment. Working and being patient. Cutting is Johnson. Nothing was there. He circles it back out, and they'll give it up and set it up again. I like how they are trying to attack the seams, though. And if it's there, go. If it's not, be patient. Brown got bumped. Right, extra pass. Johnson, jump stop, float. Oh! Irvin Johnson from Outright.
No magic about that one. Johnson has been able to do that on a consistent basis for Grovetown this season.
But again, the patience offensively.
Without question.
20 seconds, King in the corner. Here's Stevens, the King. Grovetown working man-to-man, final 10 seconds. King on the drive, lost it, goes up. Outright blocked it, recovered, out of bounds with 4 and 7/10 seconds. I turn and I look at Coach Kenny and he crosses his leg. 4 and 7/10 seconds.
And when you look at Evans down by 7, but they played solid. Even the last possession after that score, that was a solid defensive possession. Just a nice job of patience and execution by Grovetown.
Excellent point, because that's the difference. He's not seeing the clock and will not get a shot off, and Coach Kenny flies off the bench there. did not want that. He's walked all the way to half court. He's still walking. Got to know time and score. 17-10, our AUG B-Ball Region Race Game of the Week into the first quarter. Joel Hilvin and Marcus Burnett back with you in our SUV TV courtside seats. Grovetown 17-10 on Evans. Marcus, quick first quarter thoughts?
Well, I love the way both teams started the game. I think it's been some adjustments and counter adjustments. I look forward to watching this chess match all contest.
Our AUG B-Ball Region Race Game of the Week. Grovetown is in possession. There's Gant, a three, no good. Check it, that was Bell. Zach Bell, he went and put some KT tape on that left leg. Both of them now. Almost a turnover. They fight for it, jump ball. The possession needs to go to Evans, and it does. 17-10 with 7:27 to go. So let's check it now. Avery, Mincy, King, Chambers, and Stevens. The five on the floor for Evans. Gant, Dunn, Bell, Brown, and Johnson, the five on the floor for Grovetown. Baseline, King cut it off, goes to the top now to Stevens. Worked on defensively by Dunn, now to Chambers. They double him quickly, good ball movement. King, corner, three, no. Rebound out of the guard spot, Johnson taken away by Chambers. A whistle, and it may be a foul called by the lead official underneath the basket. And it is. It's called on Dunn. And this is going to be your favorite official by the end of the night.
So offensively, Evans has done a good job of taking what the defense gives them, not forcing shots, getting multiple guys involved. But then they also found that happy medium between Chambers not forcing it, but making sure he stays involved because it's too clutch of a shot maker to not get some opportunities early on. So they've done a good job of finding that balance. It'll be interesting to see what this second quarter has in store.
Another delay. And now possession is given to Grovetown, and Coach Kenny wants to know why. A minute and some change gone by, second quarter. That was interesting. Here's Dunn, still looking at that Evans zone defense. Kick. Capacity crowd. The only little blue spaces you see are for the cheerleaders. They didn't even put them on the baseline. Now, if they move them to the baseline, you know what that tells you. They need the seats. 17-10, 6:41 to go. Here's Julius Brown coming across the timeline. Bale picked up the dribble, now to Johnson. Spins it to Dunn. Dunn, two hard dribbles on the drive, lost it on the way up, recovered by Stevens. Here comes Chambers. Chambers on the break. Chambers all the way left hand, good. Marcus brought out that he was laboring. You can see it, but he's going to play. Did not sit in that first quarter. On the attack, Bell, no, tip, right, no, rebound, comes off, and here's Mincy. Mincy racing back to the corner, gives it to Chambers. Chambers gets to his spot, three, bottom draw, Chris Chambers. Off balance, not a great looking shot, but found the bottom of the net.
And the replay might reveal an and one, or either they got the piece of the ball on the way up, he still finishes. 2-point
ball game. Here's Bell, retreats, and now spins it to the left to Dunn. Offensively, 67.8 points per game for Grovetown. That shows the kind of pace they like to play at. Defensively now, 55.35 allowed. Contact, King, offensive foul. Rashad King.
Who's stepping in to take it? Zai Wright. Again, great basketball IQ, offensive and defensive awareness on both sides.
A 30-second timeout called by Grovetown at 5:19 to go. That's their first timeout as you take a look at our SUV TV instant replay. Very good job. And King, he was kind of asking for it. You and I have talked about him off air. He seems like he's kind of forcing things here in this contest, not totally comfortable.
And I think getting used to this particular region, getting used to this atmosphere. I mean, one thing he is doing a good job of is being aggressive early, and really you can see Evans making a deliberate effort to get him some early shot attempts and get him involved.
Rashad King coming in from the West Coast, the extreme West Coast, Alaska to be exact.
You know, we had a pretty cold week in the places we were in for our coverage schedule, whether it was Jersey, Dayton, or down here. And I think King would scoff at all the temperatures that we were complaining about.
Pretty much. That's why they stay in the gym in either Juneau or Anchorage, either one of them. That's on my bucket list. Wright spins it to Tillman, who's back into the contest. But the cookies were almost taken away from him. Good defensive effort from Justin Mincy, the 5'10 junior. 3 minutes gone, second quarter. The Evans zone, almost it's a matchup zone, has done what I think Coach Kenny wanted it to do, slow them down.
Yeah.
There is no shot clock, but still Grovetown exhibiting good patience. They're just working and looking to execute, and once they find a crack or a crevice, alley-oop! There was a crack, there was a crevice, and there was the oop. To Zach Bell.
Get it in any reasonable proximity, Bell's going to have a shot at throwing it down.
Lead goes to 4, and the crowd rocks and roars, especially the student section. Stevens has it. He puts it on the floor. Coming across the lane, lost it on the way up. It's going to be recovered by Chambers. Chambers worked on by Tillman. They'll set it back up. 4 minutes to go. Chambers picked up the dribble. Now to King. King attacks. Mid-post jumper. It is off. Board by Brown, but he's fouled falling down. By Bell, excuse me. Zach Bell on the glass.
You see, there's that balance of Chambers is a little gimpy, so you're trying to offset who normally handles the scoring load, but you still have to stay within yourself and play off of Chambers.
I think this is one of the things I'm going to see, how well Chambers can play off the ball. I get him some catch and shoot stuff on the baseline or some elevator action. Wright goes in. It was bothered, rejected. Gant rebounds. He put it up. Right, good. Zal Wright on the glass. 6 points in the contest. 4 boards.
Wright sticks with every play. No exaggeration.
King, and it was blocked by Gant. And a traveling violation call. But Jay Gant adds to the frustration of Rashad King. Stevens goes over and gives him some doubt. Tells him not to worry about it. Side out of bounds into the backcourt to Chambers. Now here's a good shot of watching Chambers. He's walking at the moment. Picks up speed. Now he gallops on down the lane. In the corner. King, a 3 on the way. No, he is struggling tonight. Saved by Stevens out of bounds. Coach Darren Douglas emphatically points Grovetown possession.
And you get a chance to watch some intangibles, not only from Chambers, but Evans. You see them picking King up, instilling confidence in him, telling him to keep shooting.
You can tell they're trusting him. Oh, cut! Boom! Zach Bell rocking the rim, and that forces Coach Kenny to call a timeout, and he crosses his arm. It's a full timeout call.
Hey, man, we get a Love of the Game pod, watch your head. Love of the Game pod on SUV TV. Watch your head submissions from this guy on a weekly basis.
Cut to the front of the rim, young men. Good things always happen.
They say watch your head. The young man had to watch his chin on this dunk. Take another look.
And the pass, you could really say, from Tillman was late. Yeah, he had to watch his head, his chin, his neck, all of his upper extremities. 2:52 to go. The dunk call sends them to a timeout. And the Grovetown student section has arithmetic clock going. 23-15. Bell with an alley-oop dunk and a one-hand dunk. And there's all kind of energy in the gymnasium.
Now, early on, to not let the home court advantage get too crazy, Evans has responded when they've needed to. Do they do it here?
Coming out of the timeout, Mincy, the screen from Simpson in the corner. Stevens, a three. No, right on the glass, his fifth board. And it's a steal by Stevens. Stevens the King. King attacks and scores. That may get him going. His first field goal, Rashad King, the 6'3 junior.
King playing through the early doldrums. Keep shooting. You're getting good shots.
Dunn goes baseline. Stops, goes up. Right, recovered and scored. Man, you better put something on Wright.
He will not stop every play. One of the best motors in the state.
Gives it off, and now here is Mincy. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. The score almost does not reflect the energy in the gymnasium. 25-17, under 2 minutes to go. Jumper, no good. Wright gets the board. Wright inching closer and closer to 10 boards. Brown has it now over to Dunn. Dunn looks, and they'll pull it back out with 100 seconds. Wright with 6 boards already. Tillman, show the range. Rotation was good, shot was off. Mincy rebounds out of the guard spot and starts it back this way for the Knights. Jump stopping through the lane. And a foul call from the center official on the shot. On Tillman. Omari Tillman hit with the foul. And major substitutions now for Evans. We talked about the depth. Coach Kenny now is trying to show a little bit of the depth.
Without question, he is mixing in some pieces. High energy game. Guys are going to have to be relatively fresh down the stretch and instilling more confidence in some guys as they continue to plug the gaps as Chambers, does what he can, but it's still a little hobbled out there.
And to accentuate your point earlier, region games, you know everything just about your opponent. So he could be tossing a lineup out there that Grovetown hadn't seen. If you go back and look at the previous game. Both free throws are good from Justin Mincy. 25-19. Brown, three, no. Long rebound. It's on the floor and picked up by James, who made a careless pass, but they're able to get away with it. James into the forecourt. Wants to go baseline. It was cut off. Open, trash, jumper. Hill of the rim, no. Board by Dunn. Gives it to Brown with a minute to go. 1 minute, first quarter. Wright in the corner. Johnson, catch fire three. No. Board by James. You mentioned the Evans defense, Marcus. 8 points they've held Grovetown to in this second quarter, coming off a 17-point first quarter.
Just on both ends, they just responded when they needed to, tighten the screws, and really have played good defense throughout, but it's just been that Grovetown patience that has weathered the storm on a lot of those possessions. And then great coaching by Coach Kenny, getting Chambers some valuable minutes of rest here to end this quarter.
Yeah, end the quarter and then have halftime, knowing that he may be a little gimpy. Top side three by Mincy. It caroms off to the left. Trask couldn't get the board. Grovetown picks it up, and now here's Johnson. Johnson's going to attack. Tried to leave it up for Wright. Wright recovers. Coach Douglas gives it out to Brown. Brown, no good. I was looking at him to see if he was going to give him a one-shot sign. Here's King. King, stop, jumper, short, board, 13 seconds. Now they may go for one. Brown pushes. Spins it back, Tillman. They closed out on him. He got to the elbow. The jumper is no good. Rebound underneath with 3, with 2, with 1, and they're unable to get a shot off. And we go to the end of the first half. Grovetown holds a 25-19 lead over Evans. I talked about the 8 points that Evans holds Grovetown to, but Grovetown holds Evans to 9 in that second quarter. You take a look at Zach Bell going above the rim. Halftime of the AUG B-Ball Region Race Game of the Week on SUV TV.
SUV TV at the CP3 Rising Stars campus.
SUV TV's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision, presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUV TV.
SUV TV brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUV TV, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality, nobody talking in the background. I think it brings basketball to the forefront.
Whether it's a family member that was in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUV TV has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think is always interesting.
Down.
Oh, yes, sir. It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring, no matter how hard they try right now.
Dayton Avian Williamson
at the buzzer.
That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for joining.
Joe Hillsman and Marcus Burnett, glad that you're back with us. Grovetown High School, Grovetown, Georgia, just outside of Augusta in our SUV TV courtside seats for the AUG B-Ball Region Race Game of the Week. 25-19, Grovetown with the lead. Quick look at some numbers. Zy Wright with 8.6 boards. Zach Bell has 7. Irvin Johnson has 7. For Evans, 7 points from Christian Chambers, 4 from Brazen James. Rashad King may have to pick up the scoring load. They were getting it to him. Maybe he gets it going in the second half, Marcus.
Yes, sir. Definitely no lack of aggressiveness when it comes to that. So we'll see if he can put it together in the second half.
Grovetown moving left to right, and there's a turnover. Here comes Mincy, jump stopping, up off the window, could not get it to go. He'll go to the free throw line. Justin Mincy, he's 2 of 2 on the line today and has 4 points. That foul called on Julius Brown.
Tell you what, a little bit of a soapbox moment, but I like the coachability of Mincy in today's landscape where you look at body language, you look at players getting coached and maybe not taking it as well as you would see traditionally. When Mincy blew that last possession on the first quarter, like you said, Coach Kenny met him out at the three-point line on the opposite end of the court. He took it, and since then he's been more of a stabilizing force here as Chambers continues to try to get going.
Free throws are good. 4-point ball game. The game was decided by free throws the first time, 61-59. We may be headed there as well. Chris Chambers, one of our keys to contain him, although we did not know that he was favoring an injury on that left side. I'll use the hockey term. He's got a lower body injury.
That sums it up.
Here's Brown. Pass was deflected. Opening turnovers for Grovetown on their first 2 possessions. Here's Mincy. Mincy getting to the hoop. It was taken away, though, by Zy Wright. Wright hands it off to Dunn. Dunn now spins it to the corner. Brown, a 3-ball. No, Dunn couldn't get the board. James did. Mincy had his head up for Chambers. There he is. Fakes, puts it on the floor, bounces it underneath to James. A little seeking and finding. Sharing and caring, Brazen James. And Coach Douglas does not like the start. Immediate timeout with 7:03, and he is getting in his team's chops.
Exact opposite end of the spectrum. Coach Kenny, you couldn't be happier with the way they started it, and great poise being shown by Chambers. His offensive toolkit is so respected, you can't help but to run your offense through him, and he's doing a great job of making decisions out there.
Little subtle thing I just caught in that layup, in that replay of how Chambers went to make sure he landed a certain way. But he's going to get brownie points from me. I tell you that right now, out there playing.
And a lot of people that haven't seen him play, you see the numbers he's putting up, you know he can play, but a lot of those from the outside looking in don't know, is it a volume thing, or is it a, when you see him with this injury, it's really the glass half full or half empty, depending on how you look at it, because he's showing his ability to really think and process the game. He's making cerebral plays out there in addition to scoring when needed.
How does Grovetown come out of the timeout? He leads them in scoring with 7. Pass tipped away. You talked up Mincy again. Mincy getting in there. Coach Kenny jumps off the bench and claps his hands vigorously together. So Brown will go out. Gant will come in. It'll be Wright, Bell, Dunn, Johnson. And now.
And these two squads, man, so well coached. When one makes a run, you almost expect the other to respond.
.145 and 104, Coach Kenny in his time with the Evans Knight. It has sometimes been an up and down fair. He got a pair of 20-point plus seasons in there in some state tournaments. In the corner, James, a 3, no. And guess who was in there to try and get the board right? It's out of bounds. 2010, 2011, the first season recorded there for Coach Kenny, and then 3 years later was 23-6 in a trip to the state tournament. Bell in and out, goes through the legs of Gant, chased down in the corner by James, and now this lead official calls a foul, and it'll be on Gant. .609 remaining.
Good shot by Bell. The home rim didn't get the memo, man.
It did not.
Got to get that one at home.
Rashad King goes in. Coach Kenny gives him some last-minute instructions. Has King coming off of the bench to provide them a punch. Mincy comes out. Coach Kenny gives him the signal and the play, and they run their set. Here's the execution of the action. The King worked on by right. Gets the screen from Trash. Screen roll action. They came on the help side D from Bell.
That Grovetown defense continues to swarm.
5:50 to go. They have started out with a 4-0 spurt in the first 2+ minutes, they being Evans. 3, get that shot out of here. Blocked by Johnson. Could not score. Tip follow Bell. Sack Bell on a follow. Chambers dumps it off. Good to King. James, excuse me. So he and James have a little two-man thing going. 27-25, 2-point game. Largest lead for either team was 5. Dunn. Oh, break out the flotation device. Darius Dunn on the baseline.
Didn't know Dunn had that in the repertoire. Says in that helmet and lunch pail, the lunch pail portion, I got a floater as well.
Sure do. He spent some time on the Savannah River. Taken away by Wright. Right to Dunn. Up ahead, Johnson catches, checks his feet in the corner. They trap him. Trask and Chambers are there, and Coach Douglas has to call another timeout. 3 minutes gone. It's 4:58 to go. And he only has 2 timeouts remaining. Now, that one saved the possession, but will it hurt them come later? And he is out of 30-second timeouts. 2 timeouts remaining, and they both are 60.
The last game is any indication. Those timeouts could prove needed late.
Evans has 4 remaining. 4:58 to go as we set it for you. And our AugBBall Region Race Game of the Week on SUV TV. Make sure you follow AugBBall at AugBBall on Twitter. And don't forget the exclusive offer to SUV TV viewers. Purchase Atlanta Hawks tickets at atlhawksgroups.com/the-SUV TV. Coach Douglas in his first year at Grovetown, they were 3-21 last season. They are 17-3 right now. Evans coming in at 14-5, and they're trying to snap a back-to-back 2-game losing streak. Losses to some solid Northeast Georgia squads, Hart County and Clark Central. Drive up and in, Zywright. Zywright now in double figures with 10. That pushes the lead out to 6.
Efficient. Really doesn't waste much motion or many dribbles.
Evans' other 3 losses, in case you were wondering, were to Laney, Burke County, and Heritage Conyers. Trash. Fullback action. He's got a first down inside of the paint. Oh, no, check it. I'm sorry.
Now
a foul call.
Now, we're not trying to limit big man's ceiling. He knocked down a jumper early on. But I will say, in terms of playing to your strengths, you don't really want to see big man trying to jump through and split the defense too many times, given the Evans weapon.
Well, he didn't fumble. Long lead pass back out to Mincy. 4:20 remaining. Mincy across the timeline, worked on by Brown. He gives it to Trask. Trask fakes the pass off the screen. King catch 3. No, just cannot get it going. Brown comes in transition with it. All sidestepping. Now on the baseline, it's not there. Bell, patient back to Brown. Brown attacks below the foul line in the corner. Open 3, long. Dunn tried to get the board. Mincy has been everywhere. Lead pass up ahead to James. Dunked it home. Brazen James, 6 points in this quarter, 10 in the game, and he showed a little levitation. 31-27.
Take flight, young fella.
Indeed. I'll spin down the lane. Huh? I told you about that official. The crowd disagrees with the ref. I disagree with the ref. And he knows it himself. He scratches his head. Where's the travel? 1-2.
I don't see it.
3:34 to go. Screen from Trask. Mincy doesn't use it. James steps out, show the range, bottom of the net. So Brazen James came to life right now. And look up. It's a 1-point Grovetown lead. Brazen James, 9 in the quarter, 13 in the game. Brown gives it over now. Here's Bell. Bell gonna attack, force his way to the block, turn back. Brown had to recover it. The Evans crowd trying to come up. Foul call on Trask.
And the Evans bench feeling like they wanted a second travel there, but really you let that travel go as a make good of sorts with Zy Wright's move being taken away.
Wright going to the free throw line. He's in double figures with 10. This is his first trip to the line today.
Trask kind of laid hands on Zy Wright there. An easy one for the official to call.
Dunn out. Johnson back in. I like the pieces that Douglas has. Free throw good. Sometimes you won't recognize those pieces until you get region tournament. And now, Mr. Official. He is quickly getting up the list. Side out of bounds. I have no idea what that was about. Chambers inbounds it. Mincy gives the signal. 3-point ball game, 2:55 and counting. Off pop to the top. That's who's been quiet, Daniel Simpson. 3, James, no. Heat check, and I'm not mad about it.
Not
out of
at all.
bounds, a push. Who is the push going to be on? James.
A good contest there by Wright.
Wright doing a lot of things well in this contest. 12.6 boards so far. Down the lane, took contact, bothered. Gant recovered, goes up and scored. Big boy basketball inside, and he comes off the bench. That's his first field goal. 35-30, 4-0 spurt since they cut it to 1. Corner 3, Simpson, no. Long board to Wright. Wright skips it up ahead to Bell. Gant was open, didn't see him. Brown lost it, stolen by Simpson. Here comes Mincy. Mincy to the hoop, layup over the lip of the rim and scores.
Tough finish under duress by Mincy.
Mincy has played very well, Marcus.
Yes.
35-32, and now the Evans crowd of cheerleaders try to get into it. Johnson turned and gave it to Wright. Wright to Brown, dumped it in to Gant. The pass wasn't clean, out of bounds. Turnover. It'll go to Evans.
You can't stress enough how well both teams have played defensively, man.
How intense is the rivalry? Evans has won 4 straight versus Grovetown and 5 of the last 6. Chambers flying down to the hoop, and it's 5.
On that replay, you're going to see how good of a job he did at playing possum. You talk about the art of deception, playing with pace, and just being smart. A good pass there by Mincy, but if you look at the other angle, you'll really be able to see where Chambers was able to set that cut up. You see him lull him. He's being face guarded. No problem. Switches it into another gear even with.
And a good pass, too. A lead pass.
Very much so.
35-33. Evans now trying to pull it to within 1 again. It was 31-30 the last time they got it to 1.
Again, if Evans is able to hold on and win this, aside from what you'll see in the box score, you'll see a lot of little things from both Chambers and Mincy that will lead to that win if they're able to pull it off.
Chambers comes out after the made free throw. Coach Kenny having a conversation with him. This may just be another blow. Bell works on it. Now gives it over to Johnson. Here's Julius Brown looking. They were trying to go. They tried to find that alley again. So Brown drives up. Offensive foul on Julius Brown. Chambers right back to the scorer's table. Just a quick blow. Brazen James will come out. And no, he's saying, no, I want Jay Stevens to come out. Grovetown crowd letting the official know they didn't agree with that. 70 seconds. Evans with an opportunity to take the lead. They have not led on. Oh, yeah, they did. They led 2-0. King in the corner. Had to check my notes. Brazen float. Oh, break out the flotation device again. He has had a whale of a third quarter, and they have the lead, 36-35, their first lead since 2-0. And a steal. James, layup. Oh, Brazen James has brought the game in the third quarter.
James says about that third key to the game. We can answer that, Deck.
Spin, no, tip, Zion right. Yes, another offensive rebound and put back for Wright. He's got 8 boards. 13 points in this third quarter from Brazen James. 22 seconds. End of quarter situation again. Let's see if they do it better than what they had at the end of the first. Chambers has his hands on it. Johnson steps out to guard him defensively. He has a count. Cookie's taken. Johnson with the steal. Johnson on the attack. He blew the dunk. Rebound comes out. 7 seconds. Inside. Elbow jumper, no. Wright tried to get the board out of bounds. 1 and 5/10 seconds. They did not finish that quarter strong.
You mentioned it earlier in the game. With where Chambers is at, he's also going to have to do a little bit more off the ball as far as being able to beat defenders off the dribble like he normally does. Not able to do that as much as he normally does.
Chambers gets the inbound, a long heave. No. And Coach Kenny wanted a foul. We go to the fourth quarter. 38-37. Evans with a 1-point lead. They came from behind. A lot of it was because of Brazen James, 13 points in that third quarter. Welcome you back inside of Grovetown High School. Joel Hillsman and Marcus Burnett, our AugBBall game of the week, the region race game of the week. Grovetown's Gant lost it underneath. Brazen James gets it out ahead to Chambers. A 1-point game. A 19-point third quarter for Evans, their highest scoring quarter of the day. They had 19 at the half. 13 of Brazen James' 17 points came, Marcus, in that third quarter.
Yeah, a huge third quarter for him. Not just kept him within striking distance, gave him a narrow advantage.
They have a 1-point lead, 38-37. The gym gets a little bit louder as the student sections now compete against each other. Bell in the middle. The Gant, turn, floater, no. Oh my God, he's got springs in his legs. Bell goes up, missed it. Dunn gets the board on the left wing. They'll reset it back out to Johnson. He says, let's be easy with it. Bell on the attack again. Tried to go through 3 defenders. Jump ball. Possession will go to Evans. I think Bell needs to calm down just a touch. Coach Douglas is upset. He wants the foul. He's talking to the official. Coach Kenny gives the offensive call now and goes and takes a seat for Evans. Here's Mincy, who played very, very good in the third. Simpson off the screen. 3 is no. Rebound comes off to Dunn. Dunn corralled it with the one on. 38-37. Buckle up. Minute gone by, fourth quarter. Dunn has it to Johnson. They got Bell, Wright, and Gant. The others out. That's the 5 on the floor for Grovetown. Substitutions are coming for Evans. Right now it's King, Simpson, Mincy, Chambers, and Stevens. Turn, James, lost it. Chambers comes away. Douglas is upset. He needs to be careful. I like that the official now did not turn around. He didn't have rabbit ears, but Douglas is upset. Timeout called by Coach Kenny.
I think that's a good timeout. It's a great timeout.
But now the official goes in and has a word with Douglas. It's not him that I'm worried about. It's the official that's out. It's a full timeout.
But the defense has to worry about that man right there, James. You mentioned that quarter that he had. It was huge for him.
Indeed, Marcus, indeed. 38-37. Taking a look inside the Evans huddle.
So one of the things to keep an eye on here is Chambers has done a good job of picking his spots, pacing himself. As we approach the stretch, does he continue to find that balance, or does he lock in when it's go time and time to close this thing? He's capable of doing both, whether it's scoring or drawing enough attention for others to be able to eat.
Coach Kenny and Coach Douglas were summoned to midcourt by the official. It's a region rivalry game. The schools are 5.5 miles away from each other. Drive, layup, good. Rashad King, does he get it going? Lead is 3, largest lead of the day for Evans. 2 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Johnson down the lane, Wright couldn't field it cleanly. Johnson's got it. Jump ball is called. Coach Douglas was going to call a timeout. I think maybe he's glad he did not get that one. Possession will stay with Grovetown. Our SUV TV instant replay, you'll see the jump ball coming. Wright could not field it cleanly. Was that Mincy that got his hand in there? Man. Baseline out of bounds. It goes into the, ooh, close, Mr. Dunn. Passing lane, shot. Did not get the steal though, James. Raising James.
All over the place.
Dump it down low, Dunn to a cutting inside right. Good inside right.
Again, good defensive sequence for Evans. Just better offense and persistence there for Grovetown.
You mentioned it early, and they've continued to remain very solid, and they've thrown multiple defenses at Grovetown. Inside, Trask, underneath, turns off the window and scores.
That's all I was saying about the big fella early on when he had that turnover. Man, you are a lot to deal with on the block.
Fourth point of the game, second field goal, and that one looked good. Brown to Dunn, he twirls himself out of the corner. Good hustle from Mincy. They get it now to Brown, and a call on Chambers. Evans at 68.3 points per game offensively and 60.59 points per game defensively. Region game, throw that stuff out. First to 50 may win it. Dunn, baseline. Get that shot out of here. King with the block. They started back. They've got the numbers if they go, but Brazen James says we'll be easy with it. The Chambers, he kicks it in down low to King up off the window. He's coming to life. Rashad King.
Even when it wasn't falling, he stayed aggressive all game.
3 ball, Dunn right back at you.
Big shot by Dunn.
Very big. 5 was the largest lead for Evans. And now Chambers has to come out of the game, and he's favoring something on that left side. Mr. Official let him come out. 44-42 with 4:24 to go in the fourth quarter. The 4s and 2s are all over the board. Here's King. To the left. Puts it back up top between the rings. They swing it around. Here's Stevens in. Cross court, Mincy on the attack, goes up, no. Rebound underneath, James, no. Trask, bothered and blocked by Bell. Mincy forces his way in, no call, letting him play. And Wright comes away with it, and then a push on Trask. Coach Kenny didn't like it. You let everything else go. Why'd you call that?
And I mean, I thought it was good officiating as far as just really letting them get after it. Great job of just staying solid there by Grovetown and not fouling.
3:50. Picks up the dribble now, spins it to the top to Johnson. Chambers comes back to the scorer's table. Trapped in the corner. Wright got away from it. To Brown down the lane. Float good. Julius Brown. His first field goal.
You knew Brown would do something for you. Maybe not the same outburst that he had the last time he was on SUV TV against Heritage. But a crucial bucket there.
Indeed. A wonderful game against Heritage. Corner three, James, no. Board, Stevens, yes. 46-44, you got your seatbelt on?
Buckled up.
Tip in the backcourt, out of bounds. It goes to Grovetown. Coach Kenny doesn't like it. Chambers walks back out on the floor. He tied his left shoe extremely tight. It may be an ankle now. I'm looking for any kind of indication. 46-44, buckle up. 3 minutes, fourth quarter. Joe Hillman, Marcus Burnett, and our SUV TV courtside seats, the AugBBall Region Race Game of the Week. Grovetown and Evans. Region 3, 6A. Right, top side, three, bottom!
Huge.
Big shot from Wright.
Huge shot from Wright.
1 point lead, 47-46. Mincy attacking, no. Board underneath, it's on the floor. Brazen James comes in there, they fight for it, Wright comes away, jump ball. Look at our SUV TV instant replay. Wright shot that with absolute confidence, Marcus.
Again, top of the key. He makes great decisions throughout a game. Late, the price is right.
Trask left him open, too. Inbound. Look at the clock. It's a moving clock at 2:25. Now it stops at 2:24. James is fouled. Now, if you're wondering, that's a 15 foul. The fouls are even, basically. 5 on Grovetown, 4 now on Evans. Inbound to Chambers, now in the corner to King. King has came to life a little bit in this fourth quarter. Dumps it down, count it, and the foul. The hoop and the horn, Brazen James.
He's been the usual suspect here in the second half, and give King credit. Even when he was missing, he took what the defense was giving him. He didn't stop shooting, and he's feeding off the momentum that he garnered over the course of the game.
And playing unselfish basketball with that beautiful dime drop. Free throw, no good. 48-47, 1 point game. Grovetown in possession, trailing in their own gymnasium. Evans crowd now chanting defense. Wonderful atmosphere. 2 minutes, fourth quarter. Johnson has it. Worked on by the longer King. Now to Dunn. Switching the defense. Zone defense from Evans. Extreme patience. Now, Dunn picked up the dribble. 100 seconds. No shot clock. 90 seconds. The possession has been about 40 seconds. Dunn down low to Bell. Bell turns baseline. Picked up the dribble. Dunn cutting layup. Good! Way to cut to the basket. Darius Dunn. A timeout called by Grovetown. They've got a 1 point lead. 49-48 with 79 seconds.
They say patience is a virtue. We're looking at a virtuous bunch here in the home of the Warriors.
But Marcus, again, cut to the basket, good things happen. We've seen Grovetown execute that several times, and even at the end of long possessions.
They do it diligently. They do it very diligently, with the exception of a couple times you may see guys get a little overzealous. For the most part, they're going to stay the course, continue their routine cuts, and make plays as a result.
A 12-point quarter in progress for Grovetown.
And yet another possession here in this contest where you see Evans with a good defensive possession up until Grovetown just continues to make you stay in what you're in as far as being able to stop and defend those cuts.
Evans has a 2-game losing streak going overall, trying to snap that. They've got a 4-game winning streak against Grovetown and have won 5 of the last 6. Meanwhile, Grovetown is on a 5-game winning streak. Their last loss, Evans. Mincy will come across the timeline, 75 seconds and a moving clock. Spins it to James. James back to Mincy. Swings it to King. A big 3 is on the way. It is short. Board on the ground, on the floor. Picked up Board coming out right, had it poked away, and a foul call from behind. It's only the 15th foul. They won't be shooting. Excuse me, Marcus.
No, you're good. I tell you what, you can't get a better look there than what King got. We'll see if there was a foul here on this back tap.
Ooh, all Evo. 1 minute, 1 second. Chambers out, so Coach Kenny now going offense for defense, it looks like.
And again, we get to slow it down. We have the privilege of looking at the replay. Refs have to make that call during game speed. That one, like you said, looks like a lot of basketball.
Under a minute. Big possession. Johnson drives. Oh, I thought he was going to pull the three right. They're being extremely patient. Drive. Three.
They're going for the throat.
Bottom! Take that with you. Julius Brown, you said it. Going for the throat, the jugular. 4-point game, 2 possessions. Foul call on Zach Bell. Team 7, 1-1 now for Evans. SUV TV instant replay, and that was Zy Wright with the dime. Brown's feet set, look at that, flip the wrist. Strip the nets.
That question of what Brown could do for you would not take long to be answered. Tell you what, they're not playing not to lose. He played to win on that play.
Especially with what we saw earlier with longer possessions, but then don't turn down a good shot. A corner three is a good shot from Brown. Mincy free throw good on a 1-and-1. 3 timeouts remaining for Evans. 2 timeouts remaining for Grovetown. 33 and 5/10 seconds. Mincy is 5 of 5 from the line. Here's his 6th one now. Yes. Gonna play through it into Brown. Half a minute to go. You got the foul now, I think, if you don't get the steal, and they do. They give the foul, Mincy. They have one more, though, to give. 52-50, 28 and 2/10 seconds. That was their 16th foul. You've got to know it's coming. Douglas and Kenny, the head coaches respectively for Grovetown, and Evans giving instructions. Long count. He had to get it in. They threw it in to Zy Wright, and a foul call. So Zy Wright will march down and shoot free throws. He's 2 of 2 on the day. 19 points for Zy Wright. 1-and-1, 26 and 9/10 seconds. Free throws are always big, but at this juncture in the game, and both teams just in the 1-and-1, they become vital.
Huge. These are the type of moments, obviously, region players to focus now. They prepare you for later times in this season.
Free throw on the way, front end, good.
Speaking of later times in this season, we're talking about a Zy Wright that has been able to hoist a state title trophy as part of that Aquinas squad, coached by Coach Douglas. So you won't see him shine away from any moments.
At all. Big free throw there to make it a 3-point game. He has one more coming. That timeout was called by Grovetown. That's an AugBBall timeout with 26 and 9/10 seconds. .20 in the game for Zy Wright, and he's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. It doesn't seem like Zy Wright has 20. That's calling efficient.
Just efficient.
20.
Just efficient. Again, Zy Wright's a player. He'll give you the highlight play. He's had some good dunks, some good finishes, but again, he's a player that you just got to know basketball and watch the film, and you'll see the type of player you'll get in Zy Wright if you're talking next level.
One more free throw coming for Zy Wright. And also, if you're Grovetown, make or miss, you don't want to foul. Put the onus on Evans to get the hoop. Play good defense without fouling. Free throw good. 4-point game, 54-50. Here comes Mincy into the forecourt, 24 seconds. Picked up, he lost it. Bale now tried to reap up and rip it. 21 seconds. Mincy to the hoop. Mincy driving, layup, he left it short. Wright got the board. Get your hand out your shirt, Mincy. That's okay. You played a well of a ball game. Left it short, though. He left the layup short. And Zy Wright is coming down the floor to shoot free throws, and the Grovetown crowd roaring.
Coach Douglas right now getting this Grovetown crowd up. You think he didn't want this game? like he wants everyone, but you think he didn't want this particular game?
In his own gymnasium, free throw. Oh. Zal Wright is putting it away at the free throw line. Coach Douglas now yawing away. The Evans crowd is heading for the exit. The free throw is good from Wright. King racing down the floor quickly with the layup good and a quick timeout call. Evans calls the timeout with 9 and 4/10 seconds. But the Evans crowd is leaving, and the Grovetown students are waving them goodbye.
And serenading them as they head out.
Zal Wright came in at 19.7 points per game and 10.5 boards.
A little gamesmanship going on. You see Evans over there towards the huddle, and Grovetown said, "We're going to take every iota of this timeout."
Unofficially, 23 points and 9 boards for Zal Wright, as I mentioned, coming in right almost on his average of 19, 7, and 10 boards. Zach Bell with 12 points on the average. He has 9. Grovetown can expect to be fouled immediately after the inbound. Looks, Dunn gets it in the right, and the foul given by James.
And you can tell Coach Kenny not happy. He did not want the ball in the hands of Wright.
Exactly. He is 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Brazen James has fouled out of the contest, but he did it after he scored 19 points and put 13 of those 19 in the third quarter to bring him back into the ball game. Oh, no, he has not fouled out. They just signaled 5. Right, free throw, good. It's still the 1-and-1, but he's putting a nail in the coffin now. 57-52. One more coming up. Right. Good. 58-52. Chambers quickly, it's knocked out of bounds by Brown. It was the big Brown 3 that gave Grovetown the lead, and it was the first of 50. James dunks it home again. The Grovetown crowd doesn't like it, they boo, but Coach Kenny's gonna play it right down to the final tick. 2 seconds left in the contest. Take a look at our SCB TV instant replay. Brazen James, he got some levitation. I mentioned that earlier. He got some rise, man.
Yes, he does. Saw it on his dunks as well as a few floaters.
A wonderful, wonderful atmosphere inside of Grovetown High School gymnasium.
I think these two teams could play 10 times, and it's going to come down to the last few possessions each and every one of those times.
They may see each other again in the region tournament. Long inbound to Brown. Brown layup to beat the horn for good measure. Julius Brown. And that gives them a 60-54 victory. Now, are they going to give it to him? Yes, it counts. There you go. 60-54 is the final score. $11 points in the fourth quarter from Zal Wright. So he finishes with 25 points. Julius Brown with 9. 7 of those 9 came in the fourth quarter. Darius Dunn had 7, so a little bit of help from everybody. But the only double-figure scorer was Zal Wright, and it didn't even seem like Zal Wright was doing that much damage. As I take a look now quickly, 13, 17, 21 points for Brazen James, 8 for Rashad King, 10 for Justin Mincy, who played a very fine ball game, 9 for Christian Chambers. So it was James with 21 and Mincy with 10, the double-figure scores for the Evans night. Grovetown has won their 6th in a row. They moved to 18-3. Evans has dropped their 3rd in a row. They fall to 14-6 overall, 5-2 in the region. Grovetown goes to 6-1 in the region, and they also snapped the 4-game losing streak to Grovetown. As you take a look at some of the highlights from the night on our SUV TV instant replay B-roll action of the AUG B-Ball Region Race Game of the Week. The ball game is over. The final score, Grovetown 60, Evans 54 from Region 3-6A in Grovetown, Georgia. For Blake Collins, Marcus Burnett, and our entire SUV TV staff, I'm Joel Hilsman. We'll see you down the road right here, the SUV TV.com.